welcome back to Whisky Wins with me, Stuart. Today we've not got a full bottle, but we've got a split from the TAIBS group, TAPSAF International Bottle Split Group. There's 7 of us members in that, and we're all about opening bottles and opening kind of expensive and kind of well-aged bottles, I suppose, but just opening things that people don't normally open. So yeah, we decided to do that by, or in order to reduce the cost. There's 7 of us and we split it and we'll get popped. So we've had some good bottles on the channel or on the page in the group, and this is one of them. It's Tobermory Royal Mile Whiskies. It's a 28-year-old, bottled at 50.8% ABV and matured in a sherry butt. It was £225 for a bottle, so obviously between the 7 of us that's greatly reduced, and also it's still available on Royal Mile Whiskies, so take away from that what you will. We will nose it, we'll taste it, and we'll see what the finish is like and see if it's a Whiskey Win or a Whiskey Bin. Normally I like to do bottles, normally I like to have a full bottle to really appreciate a whiskey, but with these splits I thought I might as well do some reviews on them. I think I've done the Daffmill 15, I've done this, I might have done the Long Row 20, I think it's a Long Row 20. But yeah, I might as well, considering we're doing these splits, and plus if it gives a little bit of promotion to the TAIBS group as well. Anyway, so the nose on this, straight away I'm getting mushrooms, I'm getting a little bit of black pepper. I'm trying to think if there's a coastal element here, but I don't really think there is. There's rapeseed oil. Maybe there is a kind of saline element to it. It is a little salty. Yeah. It's almost like you're making some sort of dish. I don't know what would it involve, but like you've got mushrooms there, you've got salt and pepper, you've got the rapeseed oil. It's a little, in fact it's not a little, it's a lot. The alcoholic presence on the nose is quite overwhelming. It might be this glass, just how this glass is designed for nosing. I'm sure this is like a snifter glass or a sniffing glass, I don't know what you actually call it. Yeah, I'm going to try it without water, and then we'll add a little bit of water, see if that opens up, because that's all I'm really getting at the moment. The alcoholic fumes are kind of overwhelming, so we'll try the Palate without water. So it's quite enjoyable in the palate, to be fair. That alcoholic for the 58.8% ABV, not as evident as it is in the nose. In the palate it subsides a little. It's quite sweet initially in the nose, but I get like a really weird taste and quite a specific taste. It's like the canned or tinned meatballs that you can get from the store, get from the supermarket shops. They're really cheap and cheerful food. I don't know about cheerful actually, maybe depressing, but I used to have them when I was younger. Now and then used to have them, and yeah, I can taste that kind of like that meaty, kind of cheap meat, and yeah, I don't know how else to describe them. Unless you've had them, you won't know. But yeah, it tastes like tinned meatballs. There's also, what else is there? Yeah, there's also a sweetness, and maybe the sauce that the meatball comes in. I've not had those meatballs in forever. It's been a long time since I've put myself through that again. But yeah, there's kind of sweetness there. It's definitely creamy. I feel like I need the water to open it up. I don't feel like I'm getting a lot from it at the moment, but the palate's enjoyable, more enjoyable for me than the nose has been. So I'll get some droplets of water in there and see what that does to it. What did we have in the nose? We had mushrooms, so let's see, but it's really creamy in the palate. Yeah, it still feels like a lot of alcohol there. just coming through in the nose. That's maybe a little bit better. Yeah, I'm getting aniseed notes now. Marzipan. Maybe a little bit dough. Yeah, a little doughy. I'm not getting much of those mushrooms anymore, which is a surprising. That the water kind of took that away, or taken it away. The palate with the water. With the addition of water on the palate, I feel like I'm getting a little bit more of a fruity experience. Maybe some bananas there. It's not as coastal as I thought it was going to be. I thought it would be a lot more kind of sea salty, briny, but it's not. There's a lot of. I'm trying to think. It's really creamy in the palate, but nothing like substantially standing out. Not a specific cream flavour or something. There's nothing too specific standing out in it. Unfortunately, the finish is probably medium. There's definitely like a bit of olive oil on the finish, like we had on the nose. I think it was before the water. I thought I got a different smell there on the nose. There was something else there, but the finish as well. I don't know. It's a bit fleeting actually. There doesn't seem to be a lot going on in the finish. Maybe some licorice. I think I said I had aniseed in the palate or the nose. But yeah, there's a bit of licorice there now, and that's all I'm really getting, to be honest. It's a bit of a struggle, this one. When I first tried it, I thought I really liked it, but then I had a couple more drams from it, just a couple small ones to kind of get an appreciation for it. And as I've been doing this review, I've not actually taken any notes. As you can probably tell, this is all off the cuff. It's been a little bit disjointed, but I just don't think I'm enjoying it as much as I should be, given the fact that it's 28-year-old, it's a Tobermory, and the price of it. I feel like I should be enjoying it for more than I am, considering all those points. So we'll get down to the rating of this whiskey, and if you're new here, how I rate my whiskies, would I buy it again? Do I think it's worth it, and would I recommend it? If we get 2 out of 3, it's a Whiskey Win, and if we get 1 out of 3 or less, it's a Whiskey Bin. But less than 1 out of 3 is very rare. So would I buy it again? No. No, I wouldn't. I don't think I've got to expand on that. Do I think it's worth it? No. Purely because of the flavours and the experience that I've had with it. I think on paper, £225 for a 28-year-old Tobermory isn't astronomical. It's not completely exaggerated. It seems in line with what you'd expect to pay for that age and that distillery Tobermory, but the experience is just a letdown, and £225 not worth it. Would I recommend it? I hate saying that I wouldn't recommend things, because I think everybody should try whiskies and make up their own mind. But I don't know. If I feel like if I was to recommend this to someone, I would be leading them astray and misleading them, if you like, because it's not worth £225 if you could get it for like 100. No, I don't even think it's worth 100. That's pretty bad. Like I just wouldn't buy a bottle. I just wouldn't pay for it. Having what I've had, I wouldn't go for it again. So would I recommend it? No, I don't think I can. I mean, someone else might like this. Someone else might enjoy it. I've found recently that I seem to be against the grain on some things, not intentionally, but. Ardnamurchan the Midgie, for example, not to bring it up, but a lot of people have been raving about that and, well, giving it good reviews and stuff. and my first experience with it was not great. I really didn't enjoy it, and I wouldn't be buying a bottle, but that's just me. So maybe I'm just useless at tasting whiskey, or maybe everybody's just being too nice and just going with the flow. Anyway, so it's a 0 out of 3. I don't think it's a great whiskey. I don't think it's worth the money, and I couldn't honestly recommend it. So on this occasion, it's a whiskey bin, which is a very rare 0 out of 3. We don't have that often. But yeah, thanks for watching. I've been Stuart. This has been Whiskey Wins. I'll see you later.